Okay, you may remember Samaria was baptized here on Pentecost Sunday, yeah? And I was giving her the teaching, and I was really impressed because she picked up so much, and she really understood so much. And she just asked if she could share something today, so she's just going to share a little word with us. Okay, go ahead, Samaria.
Good morning, everyone. It's been a few months since I gave my heart to Jesus Christ. During this time, I've been reading the Bible, learning more about Christianity, and comparing it with the beliefs in which I was raised as a Muslim. Today, I would like to share a few of differences that have deeply touched my heart and changed the way I think about God. The first difference has stood out to me was the language of worship. As a Muslim, I was taught to pray and recite the Quran in Arabic, even though Arabic was not my own language. I memorized many verses without fully understanding what I was saying. But when I began reading the Bible, I realized that God wanted me to understand His word. I could read the Bible in my own language, and I could speak to God naturally in my own words. This made me feel that God wanted a personal relationship with me rather than simply asking me to repeat words that I did not understand. The second difference that had a profound impact on me was the Christian understanding of eternal life. Growing up, I had heard descriptions of paradise that focused on gardens, flowing rivers, delicious food, wine, beautiful companies, and young servants attending those in paradise. Because this was the description I had always known, I naturally assumed that every religion presented heaven in a similar way. But when I began studying Christianity, I was surprised to discover a very different picture. In the book of Revelation, it says, "He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away." Revelation 21:4. Later it says, "They will see his face." Revelation 22:4. These verses made me stop and think deeply. I realized that in Christianity, the greatest reward is not physical pleasure or material blessings. The greatest reward is being in the presence of God forever. Heaven is described as a place where there is no more death, suffering, mourning, pain, or tears, because God Himself is with His people. The idea that God will personally wipe away every tear from our eyes deeply touched me. It completely changed my understanding of eternal life. Another thing that deeply affected me was the character and teaching of Jesus. He taught forgiveness, mercy, and love. He said, "Love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you." Jesus welcomed people who had been rejected by others. He showed compassion to sinners, forgave them, and invited them to begin a new life. He did not only teach people how to behave, He showed them the love and mercy of God through His own life. The more I learned about Jesus, the more I realized that Christianity is not simply about obeying religious rules. It's about having a personal relationship with a loving God, a God who knows us, forgives us, walks with us, and transforms our hearts. These discoveries had changed my life. They've changed the way I see God, the way I pray, and the way I understand love, forgiveness, hope, and eternal life. The other difference is the value of women. As I grow up, some verses in Quran made me question the value of position of women. For example, Surah Al-Baqarah says that the testimony of two women equals the testimony of one man, and Surah An-Nisa describes men as having authority over women. These verses raised many questions in my mind. But when I read the Bible, I found something very different. Genesis 1:27 says, "So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God He created them. Male and female He created them." And Galatians 3:28, there is neither male nor female, for you are all one in Jesus Christ. For the first time, I felt that women and men have equal value before God because both are created in His image. Today, I can honestly say that giving my heart to Jesus Christ has been the most important decision of my life. Before I finish, I would like to thank Pastor Tony for all his support, kindness, and teaching. Thank you for walking with us on this journey and helping us to grow in faith. I would also like to thank Janie for all the time, love, and energy that she puts into our classes every week. We follow the SAFAR application. We are very grateful for everything you do it for us. Thank you for all your listening, and may God bless you all. Amen.